Android is a mobile operating system that is based on a modified version of Linux. It was originally developed by a startup of the same name, Android Inc., in 2005, as part of this strategy to enter the mobile space. Google purchased Android and took over its development work, as well as its development team.
Cupcake is the 1.5 version to Android operating system. This version was presented in April 30, 2009.
Donut. Donut is the second version on Android operating system. Was presented in September 15, 2009. Is the 1.6 version. Eclair was the most popular version on Android system. This version covered 2.0 and 2.1 versions. This version was presented in October 26, 2009.
Froyo. Froyo is the 2.2 version of Android, was presented in May 20, 2010. Gingerbread is the 2.3 Android version, was presented in December 2010.
Honeycomb is the 3.0 version to Android operating system. Was presented in May 10, 2011. Ice Cream is the 4.0 version. Is the successor of Honeycomb. Jelly Bean is the new version in Android operating system. The first device to use this version of Android is the Nexus 7 tablet.
Features of Android. As Android is open source and freely available to manufacturers for customization, there are no fixed hardware and software configurations. However, Android itself supports the following features. Storage. Uses SQLite, a lightweight relational database for data storage. Connectivity. Supports GSM, Edge, IDEN, CDMA, EVDO, UMTS. Bluetooth includes A2DP and AVRCP. Wi-Fi Lite and WiMAX. Messaging. Supports both SIMS and MMS.
Web browser, based on the open source WebKit together with Chrome V8 JavaScript engine. Media support includes support for the following media: H.263, H.264, MPEG-4SP, AMR, WB, AAC, HEAAC, MP3, MIDI, Vorbis, WAV, HPEG, PNG, GIF, and BMP.
Architecture of Android. The Android OS is roughly divided into 5 sections and 4 mainly layers. Linux kernel. This is the kernel on which Android is based. The layer contains all the level device drivers for the various hardware components of an Android device. Libraries. These contains all the codes that provide the main features of Android OS. For example, the SQLite library provides database supports so that an application can use it for data storage. The WebKit library provides functionalities for web browsing. Android runtime. At the same layer as the libraries, the Android runtime provides a set of core libraries that enable developers to write Android apps using the Java programming language. The Android runtime also includes the Dalvik Virtual Machine, which enables every Android application to run its own process, which is owned instead of Dalvik virtual machines. Android applications are compiled into the Dalvik executables. Dalvik is a specialized virtual machine designed specially for Android and optimized for battery-powered mobile devices with limited memory and CPU. Application Framework exposes the various capabilities of the Android OS to application developers so that they can make use of them in their own applications. Applications. At this top layer, you will find applications that ship with the Android device, such as a phone, contacts, browser, etc., as well as applications that you download and install from the Android market. Any applications that you rate or locate in this layer.
Android devices in the market. Android devices come in all shapes and sizes. As of late November 2010, the Android OS can be seen powering the following types of device: smartphones, tablets, e-readers devices, internet TVs. Chances are good that you own at least one of the preceding devices. Another popular category of devices that manufacturers are rushing out is the tablet. Tablet sizes typically start at 7 inches measured diagonally.
Besides smartphone and tablet, Android is also beginning to appear in dedicated devices such as e-book readers. In addition to these popular mobile devices, Android is also slowly finding its way into your living room. People of Lava, a Swedish company, has developed an Android VSAP TV called to Scandinavian Android TV. Google has also ventured into a proprietary smartphone TV platform based on Android and co-developed with companies such as Intel.
The Android market. As mentioned earlier, one of the main factors leading users for a smartphone platform is the application that support it. It's clear from the source of the iPhone that application play a very virtual orientation when a new platform swings on sync. In addition, making this application accessible to general use is extremely important. As such as in August 2008, Google announced an Android market in online application store for storing device is made available to users October 2008 using the market application that the present in the Android device user can place in down this party application daily onto the devices, but by the French expression for supporting an Android market template application for available only the user case in countries dual the legal uses. And similarly, in some countries, users can buy pay application for Android market, but developer and cannot set their own country. An example, at the time requiring users in India can buy app from the Android market, but developer in India cannot just the apps in the Android market. And the reverse may also be true. For example, users of South Korea cannot buy app, but developers South Korea can sell out the account on the Android market.
Required tools to write application. For Android development, you can use Met a Windows PC or Linux machine. All the tools need a free and can be downloaded for the web. The Android SDK makes use of the Java SE development kit JDK. Hence, if your computer does not have the JDK installed, you should start by downloading the GDK for web page in on the silent in the prior to the movie to Eclipse.
Eclipse. The first step towards developing an application is obtaining the integer development environment (AD). In the case of Android, the recommended ADE is Eclipse, a multi-language software development environment featuring an extensible plug-in system. It can be used to develop various types of applications using languages such as Java, Ada, C, COBOL, Python, etc. For Android development, you should download the Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. 6 editions are available: Windows 32 and 64-bit, Mac OS, Cocoa 32 and 64, and Linux 32 and 64-bit. Simply select the driving on for your operating system. Once the Eclipse IDE is the one using is connected into a folder saved.
The next important piece of software you need to download is, of course, the Android SDK. The Android SDK contains debugger, libraries, and emulator, documentation, and sample code and tutorials. Once the SDK is downloaded, unzip its content into the Android folder or whatever name you have given to the folder you just create.
The Android Development Tools ADT plugin for Eclipse is an extension to the Eclipse IDE that supports the creation and debugging of Android applications. Using the IDT, you will be able to do the following in Eclipse: create new Android application projects, access the tools for accessing your Android emulators and device, compile and debug Android application, export Android application into Android package APK, create digital certificate for code signing your APK. To install the ADT, first launch Eclipse by double-clicking on the eclipse.exe file located in the Eclipse folder.